We're delighted for International Women's Day this year that Caroline Kennedy, the United States Ambassador to Australia, has agreed to join us, which is fantastic. This is the first time we've had a female United States Ambassador to Australia, but also 3 female Consul Generals. How important is it to have visible role models who are female?
I think it is really important. I mean, they say you can't be what you can't see. And I think that for people, especially people who don't necessarily have people in their family or if they're the first to go to college or the first to feel that they have a kind of a real potential to rise, it is incredibly important. And mentoring is unbelievably important. And I think that as we try to balance work and family, as we pursue careers, it's such a help to be able to talk to people who have had the same experience and can encourage you.
It does make a difference to people to have visible role models who are like them, to inspire them to move on to things. So I guess I've come to learn that people like you and I have a responsibility to show other people who are like us that these are roles that they can do.
The original sort of emphasis was on, the woman pursuing, you can do it, you just have to, work twice as hard and all of that. But there has been increasing recognition of the systemic barriers, and so It's not just up to the woman. There are huge structural impediments, and so I think in that way it does make it even more important for people who have benefited or have been able to rise to tackle those, to address those, and try to figure out how to lessen the impact for people who are coming along.
One of the things we've been looking at a lot as well is beyond diversity and inclusion. It's something called equity, which I think you'd know a lot about as well. Not everybody starts at the same starting block. And so we actually do need to go in and, as we were discussing, redress disadvantages.
Certainly there's a cultural aspect to all of this as well, that I think it's not that we need to do extra for women, it's that we need to recognize these different pathways that people are forming relationships on, human relationships, and we need to make sure that women are just either have those as well.
You talked about your father's moonshot. And he basically, what he said is, we're targeting landing a man on the moon, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. And so how important is vision and purpose in driving us in these journeys?
It was an aspirational goal, but the means to get there were scientific and technological. So it just catapulted the United States. You really can't do any of these things that are really hard alone. And so all of those lessons are wrapped up in there. So I think everybody sort of returns to the moonshot as sort of an inspirational sort of moment.
We do need people focusing more on science, technology, etc. What are your thoughts on how we encourage women and girls to look at opportunities there? Because there does tend to be underrepresentation.
There's really no more important long-term issue for our countries than how we educate the next generation. So some people will succeed no matter what, and others really, a teacher or friends in school or the way you learn is going to, change your life. It's just a systemic effort that we need to keep making. We need to make it with each generation. And then this pipeline from school to work, I think, is really, really important.